Hello, welcome to the Impact Dynamics podcast.
I'm Andy Little.
I'm Plushy.
My name is Rusty.
We're talking all things rifle setup, bags, weights, balances, and everything else in between.
That's exactly right. Andy, anything to bring to the balance?
Nah.
Match director, mate. Match director.
Chemistry powder, bang. Whoop.
Hope that's enough.
We need your vote.
Now we've caught up to where we are on the podcast.
All right, go on back.
Roll the outro. We are back, Andy.
Yes.
We are back. And as you guys would have heard, we've got an extra.
Where?
Over there. That one there.
Oh, hello.
That one there. Things are a little bit different.
It's
been a while since the Golden Yeats.
Yes.
Yeah. How are you, Andy? We'll start with you.
I'm intimidated.
You are intimidated here. Yes.
Which way do I look?
That way. Look at the camera. Yeah, they're your friends out there.
There you go.
They're not here.
Hello.
So, Plushy, welcome aboard. You're amongst friends.
Finally, I've got friends.
You're amongst friends. That's good. And Josh has been kicked off camera. Or no, have you got a camera, Josh?
No, I've still got a camera. I'm still here, chilling.
Yeah, I know you're here.
Suckers.
So things are a little bit different now. We have the three of us. We are all sort of weirdly. You're in the hot seat there, Andy.
Yep.
You rocked up late.
I bring the A game.
So, well, be nice for a change.
You finally learned what the A game is.
You're in the middle seat because you were here the last.
Yes.
So whoever's last gets to sit in the middle seat.
All right.
Which will be fun when Josh is last. For a couple of reasons.
Good luck pushing the buttons, guys.
Yeah, that's the way. So we thought we would start the shows off with a round count. And that is how many rounds you guys have shot since the last episode. Now, that's way too far ago. So we're going to go with round count from the start of the year. So we are just late in March.
Yep.
So, Andy, do you know what your number is? This is where we're going to start with.
Is this including rimfire?
Yeah. This is just all your
Okay.
powder-based shooting.
All right. I'd have to be close to 250.
250.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll kick off on 250. Plushy?
I reckon I'd be. I think I shot a couple of centerfire matches, so call that 150, maybe some practice, 200 maybe.
Mhm.
Or maybe 5 or 700 of rimfire. So
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. All
Okay,
right.
10,000 again.
let's go 750. I don't know.
750.
Okay.
All right, Josh,
750.
you're in this as well. You're in this game. How many have you shot? You've shot a few rimfire matches here. Your numbers are going to start creeping up as well.
Yeah, I have. I reckon I would be around the 700, 750 as well.
Wow.
Wow. I think
Gone
I'm
for a few things.
I shot at range day at SHOT Show.
Yeah.
Josh, how many rounds do you think we did at range day approximately?
Ooh, I don't know, 50?
Yeah, okay. I'll take it. 50. All right, so that's where we are now. Let's see how we progress throughout the year. So, yeah, a few different changes, different things going on with the podcast this year, but we'll get along to that.
That was a cool new intro.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. You were the star of that intro, I think.
Great.
Great. So something we did a while ago was we were going to read out some reviews or a review because we do appreciate that, and also we haven't had a review on iTunes or whatever. Probably haven't deserved one for a couple of years, and so we thought we'd read out the most recent one, which was 2 years ago. So here we go.
So this is us.
This is us.
Seems relevant.
This is you and I.
Yeah.
Easy listening, straight talk. Right. Great, easy listening information. Love the humility of the cast. All right. Okay. And the willingness to learn as they share information. What he's saying politely is we don't know much.
We don't know much. We're learning as we go.
They share the little that they know.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. Makes me want to head over for a match with you gents. So I'm
fantastic.
guessing there's someone from WA.
We should
Or
reach
overseas.
out and find out if they've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damo TC264 coming over for a match. That would be great. That would allow Andy to bump his round count out. And perhaps mine as well.
Yeah.
And so we also had some questions. Now, Josh, I really hope you have these questions on hand because I don't.
I do. I have a couple of them here.
Things have changed around here.
Right.
They have.
What were the questions?
Josh is prepared. All right, Josh, hit us up. These are the questions because it's your first night. Well, first night as a proper podcast host. Plushy.
right.
You've been guest host.
I'm no longer
several
Andy's
times.
fill in.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You improved Andy. So there's some questions for you.
There is.
Here we are.
None of them serious.
Oh, I was going to say hit
So-
me, but maybe don't hit me too hard.
There was one. that was
Starting
serious.
off, Plushy.
Yeah.
Who's your daddy?
What's your father's name?
What is my father's name?
Yeah, 'cause I think I believe that was the question.
Yeah.
Plushy Senior. I mean,
Okay.
what else would it be?
Plushy
Sure.
Sim. Cool.
Senior Plush.
Simple.
Senor Plush. He's Mexican, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Can you
Next
see where I
up-
got my tan from?
We have some corn-related news. Plushy.
Yeah.
This is the question. Does Plushy eat corn the long way?
I'm not quite sure. Let's go with no.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Don't Google that one. All right.
Is
on
this
the next one.
disappointing when we've run out of questions already?
No, there was
wow.
more.
No? Okay, I have to track those ones down.
Okay, there was one on YouTube. That,
I've got a couple. Plushy. Scrunch or fold?
the big question.
Oh, the big
scrunch.
questions.
Scrunch.
Scrunch.
Yeah.
What?
Wow, and you reload.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I do it with a spoon.
the scrunching. All right. This one here from YouTube. Will you bring the quality of the show back up to its former glory, or will you get dragged down a few levels?
Are we talking like 2 years ago, former glory? Or
No, like
before
5
that?
years ago,
Oh,
former glory.
that's
Whatever.
But
That's a
can I
big
jump
ask.
in?
Yeah.
Did this podcast have glory?
It did before you were around. Now I know what's gone wrong. Okay.
I don't know.
Checks out.
I'm going to say I'll do my best. Yeah.
All right.
To do both?
I mean, I'll do Andy. No.
Okay. Well, that might lead into the next question, Josh.
I've got one. Yeah, Instagram. Marry, kill, date. Josh, Andy, or Rusty. Yeah.
We just said he'd do you,
Yeah.
so that might be date.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I'd marry Josh because he did what I tell him. Which is way different to my actual wife. So, yeah.
Okay.
I feel a bit insulted there.
And now I have to do like, what do I have to do now? Date and murder. Date and murder?
Murder
Can I
date.
do them at the same time? No. I mean, Andy is a Sparky, so sorry, Andy, you're the murder.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
That's fair enough.
And not because I want to date you, Rusty, but by process of elimination. Here we are.
There we go. Well, tomorrow night we'll go out and shoot some guns. Get a
Sweet.
round count up.
See that?
Sounds good. All right.
Well, now I'm really in the middle, aren't I?
Oh, very good. Well, speaking of in the middle currently is our sponsor is back again, the Bearded Chap. The Bearded Chap. Now, you gentlemen, I believe, are fans of the Bearded Chap. Plus, I know
definitely.
you are.
Yep.
This is their deodorant, but they have a bunch of new products because you went on there to buy some stuff and
did.
got confused with all the new products they've released.
Yeah. They've really opened up the supplier market, I guess.
So we haven't got those here, but we've got this one because this is fantastic. But you can go to, I wonder if I can remember the website. It is thebeardedchap.com/impact.
Correct.
Or you can use the code IMPACT at thebeardedchap.com and you guys will be supporting, perhaps if you don't know, Luke is the owner, is a shooter as well.
Yep.
And you'll be supporting the show as well. And you will have some amazing products to look after yourself. So the deodorant, beard oil, sanitizer, Plushy sanitizer.
I recommend the sanitizer.
Yes.
For hands or beard?
Well,
It works either or.
Okay, cool.
I definitely didn't catch COVID from my beard.
this is good to know. Speaking of catching COVID from your beard, I've got a question for you, Plushy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now that you're on. Bags. We often get the question of like, if you're getting into PRS, what bags should you buy? How many? Do you have to have 15? What's the minimum number, etc.?
All right. I think there's like 2 steps to take.
Okay.
First one is don't buy any bags before you go to the range. If you go to the range and you've bought a bag for your first time before you get there, it'll be the wrong one. I'll just about guarantee you.
Okay.
unless you take Plushy's advice right now.
That's right.
He will tell you which to get.
Because you've never used a bag in theory. You don't know what works for you. You don't know what you like. You know what you don't like, all that sort of stuff. You probably don't even know all the different types of bags that are out there. So that'd be like piece of advice number one. Everyone will lend you a bag. You'll like, hey, I don't have a bag. Well, you don't have to say anything. You would just go up with no bag and you'll get 6 launched at you. Here, use this. You know, this is great here. And, you know, people start to educate you about what works where and all that sort of stuff. And then work out what works for you. Don't do what I did. And I don't know. Did you do the same? You did the same, Rusty. I've got about 12 bags at home. Then I use 2 of them.
Yep.
Pretty much.
So my take on it is that you would need some sort of a barricade type bag.
Yeah.
It's a generic enough term where the ones that sort of hang over the barricade and give you some sort of wide platform to shoot from.
Yep.
One of those is very useful because there are people who will refuse the advice you've just given.
And they insist,
They want to because they want to rock up with some sort of level of something in practice and
You
stuff.
got to start somewhere. Yeah.
So some sort of barricadey bag, and then if there is a second in that, maybe a smaller rear bag. Now, you can often use your barricade bag for the rear bag, right? So it's not necessarily that if you are bringing a second one to the game, smaller rear bag is the one that I see most common.
Right, I go the other way. I have a no, I don't swing the other way. I just go the other way. No, I have a pump pillow as my second bag.
I thought someone might say that.
So yeah, I use the pump pillow, big squishy. You can sleep on it if you had to.
Is that why you use it?
Well,
some lonely nights and matches.
My wife doesn't until she's told, so I sleep outside a lot.
Okay,
it's really comfy. No, to use it to fill the space or whatever.
It's like camping with an angry bear nearby. So we say.
A good way to put it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I use my barricade bag as my rear bag.
Okay.
You can lose height, you can make height, you can get it in all different angles once you know how it works. You can use it as a rear bag, no props. So I pretty much have 2 bags. I've got like 3 others in my bag and I never use them.
Except the match you take them out for is the one match that you want them.
Oh,
when you fly, I guess. You fly the other matches.
Yeah, I would say I take a lot of stuff out when I fly. I do. The only other one I have that I use regularly is the one that goes on the bottom of your gamer plate. And you're talking when you use tripod rear and you're moving around a lot, but that's like, you don't need that on day 1. You probably need that on day 700.
Okay.
Like after a couple of years, maybe you might use that.
Andy, any takes on it?
Yeah, I mean, I've started off with old socks filled with rice to start with when I first started out shooting.
Remember that?
And then progressed through all different types of bags, from really small, lightweight ones to now. Now, essentially, I've settled on 4.
Okay.
4 bags.
4 bags.
Yeah, and that's sort of what I'll take to the range. The pump pillow I actually very rarely use these days.
Is that one of the 4 though?
It is.
It is. Okay.
I still take it because you never know.
What's the other 3?
So we've got a heavy fill sand for barricades. I've got a sort of a flat heavy fill that, like you said, attaches to your gamer plate.
Yep.
And then I've got a lightweight square one. And I like the lightweight. If you've got a really fast moving stage, say left to right, supported, unsupported, you can move quickly with it. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember we did this a couple of years back when COVID first kicked off. We were out doing some practice for a match that never eventuated, I think.
Sounds about right. Checks out.
Yep. And we had about 8 or 9 people came out and we were all trying different bags. And everyone had mediums and pint-sized game changers and OG game changers and the tactical udders and all that sort of stuff. We ended up having a gate there that had about 10 or 12 rails, and we put all of the bags on there and put our rifles. Everyone went through and just tried all of them, and everybody settled on the bag with the heavy sand, sort of medium-sized sort of bag with the heavy fill. You could see the wobble. There was a target about, let's say it was 800 meters, I can't remember. And you could tell the wobble was like contained within the target or half the target or 3 times the target. It was a really good test.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it really highlighted that. Yeah, the sand settles, and once it's settled on the barricade and your rifle, it's solid.
Yep.
Where the bags were like beads, like plastic beads, they roll around internally.
You were in there for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. Oh, I forgot about that.
That's all right, mate.
There you go. All right.
Rusty didn't get an invite.
I didn't get an invite, probably because I was running the match.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Probably busy packing the match up that just got cancelled or something.
Fair enough. There was a few of those. Oh, very good. Now, we in the new show, we want to introduce some challenges, but of course we haven't got a challenge to follow up on because the Golden Geeks have their own challenge. So, but I have a couple of products that we want to have a look at. Cool. So these are ones we've been sent to have a look at. They didn't necessarily know they were going to get pulled out on a podcast, but here we go. So this is the first one. Now, got a confession to make here. This is a Discovery Optics scope. Now, for those who perhaps, I think it was our after show.
OG.
Not OG, the second iteration of this podcast. We used to have like this bonus element for our Patreon listeners who would get like an extra 10 minutes. There were some videos made about these scopes years ago and we ragged on it. Now, let me clarify. We ragged a lot more on the videos rather than the optics themselves.
The presenter, yeah.
I wasn't going to go that deep, but anyway, we did.
Fired.
However,
he's making a big impression for his first episode. Come on,
he's all over it. It's like he's been on several before. So I'm self-aware of our history that these were involved in some videos we ragged on. So this is an ED-PRS 5-25 by 56. SFIR 34mm. All right. So
can you guess what that all means?
The PRS stands for Pretty Reasonable Scope, I think.
Fair.
Checks out.
Look how big that turret is. That is ginormous.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
Here we go.
There we go.
It's secondhand.
It is second
Is that
hand now.
scratched already? That's quality.
Well, it is.
That's good.
Josh actually shot a match with this, so that must be a throw lever. Plushy, I'm going to guess that's
Okay.
throw
Oh,
lever.
what?
Did you miss that? Did you, Josh?
Oh, yeah. I
It was-
would have loved to have used that.
Oh, how good
Well,
is that?
It was in the
Oh,
box.
come on.
Then cleaning thing. What do you got there? What's in that? Oh, it's
leveling.
that's a scope leveling kit. It's like
wow.
a wedge base.
I'll tell you what, they've gone to some nice detail here.
I should have opened the box and looked through it a
One.
lot more than just grabbing the scope out.
This is illuminated and everything. Wow.
2,
Yeah.
3 three sunshades.
Please tell me they
Oh,
joined
please
together.
put them all on.
You know exactly
We
what
are
I'm going to
doing
do.
that.
Right. Now, Josh, you out of all of us, you're the only one that has spent some time with this scope on a rifle doing things.
This is a very
Yes.
nice leveling kit.
Give us a little bit of a breakdown.
I mean, I'm pulling it out the box and seeing the absolute ginormous turrets. I definitely had my hesitations when I used it. I think the turrets were a little bit mushy. I've just seen the... Yeah, never mind. Turrets were a little bit mushy for my liking, but for an entry-level
We haven't
scope...
talked about the price yet. I was going to get these guys to guess what the price was.
Yeah,
So
but the glass wasn't that bad. Like, it's
you
better
said
than...
a Venom, better than a Venom.
I thought it was better than a Venom.
It comes with a sound
That
effect.
sounds amazing.
Have you got a chicken in there?
Comes with a bonus chicken.
The Christmas tree reticle it's a reticle. It will do the job.
Comes with 2 scopes in the pack.
That is bigger than the actual scope.
Is it
That's
really?
incredible.
Plushy, put
Looks
up
close
against that
enough.
one. Is it bigger?
Whoa,
just
disappointing.
short. So let's put that one on there.
Wow.
All right. No, I'll do that afterwards. You guys actually have a look.
And this comes with its own scope rings.
It comes with their own 34mm scope rings. Yeah.
Very nice. They do include everything. That's cool.
This is actually better quality than I thought it was going to be.
Yes. That's what, when I got it out of the box, I'm like, okay, here we go. Someone sent us a scope and checked it out and went, oh, actually, I mean, it's if you paid $2,500 for it, you'd probably be a bit disappointed. But
Yeah.
it keeps going.
My big takeaway from this
here we go.
was if you were looking at sort of stepping up a little bit in NRL from just a hunting setup, just wanting to get into the game,
Yep.
this is a great option.
Also for people that are blind and need really big numbers.
Yeah,
And that.
that's true. That's true. Says the one bloke wearing glasses.
Yeah, I'm not blind with my glasses on.
Good. All right, gentlemen, I got to ask you, how much do you reckon this one, while I mount the sunshade on this,
I reckon because of the sunshades, 500.
$500?
Yeah, with all the sunshades. Without the sunshades, maybe 400.
Okay. All right, with rings.
With rings.
With a set of rings. All right, cool.
Is this first focal?
It is first focal plate.
Illuminated?
Yep.
I would have been thinking around the 1,400, 1,500.
It's a bit more realistic guess than 400. Yeah.
That is so big that it's not in the shot anymore.
See, the bonus is
that is a baseball bat if you take the...
I was going to say it's a lightsaber. I have the dark saber.
If you got a ball, Josh, can you throw it?
That is excellent. About $700 for the whole kit. Yeah, for all of it. Yeah, that's.
It's actually not terrible. I was only looking at Josh through the glass. But
I picked it about $1,000.
Yeah,
$1,000.
Not terrible. Yeah.
not
Hang on.
bad.
Did I just win the challenge?
No, because you went you the highest without going over. Whatever the Price is Right thing was, you were too low. You were too low. He went over yours.
No, it's the lowest without going over. The highest without. Yeah, no, hang on. He said what did you say? 1,000.
1,400.
I don't remember the rules. Anyway, no, you didn't win Plushy. You can't win on your first day.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, so that is the wow. Josh, you're closest to the other thing we wanted to have a look at over there. Yep. Can you go and get that thing?
I must say, I'm impressed that they've included scope rings, a leveling kit, which looks reasonably.
14 sunshades. No, just as is. Just as is. Let me just put this away.
I mean, the scope rings are definitely high enough they will clear any situation.
Oh, wow. Here we go. All right, cool. So this got sent to us today from Redacted Actual. It's a gun bag. So have a look. I think it folds out to a shooting mat.
Oh, cool.
I believe. Let's see.
Is this the one that fits inside the case?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, it fits inside like a Pelican case. Yeah. Grab the plastic and let's see what the story is.
All
right.
Single rifle, dual rifle?
I should say we weren't sent this to pull this out on the show. Actually, we weren't sent that to pull that out on the show either. We just saw it and thought, well, let's have a look.
Why not?
Convenient, rocked up today.
Hey, but he's been messaging me while I've been on the show. He's going to love this.
Okay. Right. Oh, you got Molly on the inside as well. Okay.
It's reasonably thick padding.
Yeah. That's
good. I need a rifle bag.
We can nearly fit Josh in there.
You could buy one of these, Josh.
Or a rifle to put in it.
Yeah, maybe that. Maybe once you get a rifle. Yeah.
Not bad. Pocket on the front.
I don't know what they're worth. Just if James is watching, can you let us know what they're worth? That's pretty.
There's not much weight to it either, which is good.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
But it's nice with the molly and things. And you could definitely lie on that, shoot it prone.
Did you get a message, did you?
Yeah, but it's not appropriate. Okay. Well, it could be appropriate. I don't know. Do you trust me?
Not really now. All right, cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, we're waiting on a price, but that...
Is that the soft rifle case?
Yeah.
It is $189.
$189.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
You could spend $50 on foam inside your case too.
Yeah, and then change it every time, and then not have a soft bag when you get there.
It's actually not terrible. Yeah.
I don't like hard cases, but you have to use them on flights, so it makes a lot of sense. All right, I'm going to delicately yeet that off there.
I like them because I'm prone to just dropping them. Like, I'll just walk up to the range and go, I'm here. What's up?
I have arrived. What's up? All right, now, Andy, can you take your headphones off? And there are 2 T-shirts behind us that we're going to give away soon. I think one's from Hardy's and one's from Manners. So we're going to do a giveaway each show because, may as well give stuff away. You might even give that bag away one day. We'll see. That'll make Josh cry. That's the plan. All right, so what have we got there? The Manners one. Cool. And then the Hardy one.
Sorry, Joel, you can't have it.
Well, he could win.
Well, maybe.
All right, so there are 2 ways for this to happen. For those who are going to be at the Monado PRS, wander up to one of these 2 gentlemen, take a photo with them, try and throw them off their game, and tag Impact Dynamics in on your post, and we'll see it in story or whatever, and that'll go put you into the running to win.
Does this apply to me too?
Yes.
Extra points
Burst
for
mode.
shooting.
No.
Yeah,
Maybe not mid-stage.
Yeah.
Well, actually, just after the stage, if you've done
Just
really
after.
badly,
if you've done really badly, I want to see the saddest face.
If you catch angry Plushy, a photo with angry Plushy.
I'll send you a hat as well.
Instant win.
Right, and then for those that aren't going to be at the match, who are maybe not going to who aren't going to the match, who are going to be overseas, whatever you might be, what we'd love to see, and tag us in on this, is we would love to see the closest thing you can find that looks like Plushy. So, we're thinking a lot of things with like a red top, like a match lines up.
Everyone's got some carrots at home.
Yeah, carrots, well, reverse carrots. I had something.
Got any corn?
See, these have red at the top as well, so that would qualify as an entry.
Hot dog.
Yeah, hot dogs.
I can see how that works.
Yeah. So red on the top. So something with if you haven't seen that episode, that was back in the day. Something that looks like Plushy, and tag us in. Send us a photo. Send us that. And so there will be we got the hybrid shirt from Hardy's, and then the Manners one as well. So we will give them out in 2 weeks when we do the next episode.
Sheldrake is already thinking of ideas for this. Already onto it.
Nice.
I look forward to it.
He's onto it.
Yeah, get onto it. Something with
Is he still in Canada?
Was he in Canada?
Didn't he go to Canada?
Don't know.
He's from Canada.
Is he from Canada? I don't know. Are you just making
Who are
this
you
up?
thinking of?
You're just staring.
Okay, good.
You from Canada?
Aren't you from Canada?
Maybe.
Are we not in Canada?
So Canadians have red on their flags, and maybe that could be an entry.
Maybe, yeah.
There's an idea.
Maple Leaf, have you found?
Or like invert a Mountie and take a photo of that and see if that...
No, this guy's got it. Outdoors South Oz, Elmo.
Elmo.
If they get a photo with Elmo,
Send it in. Send it in. You can win yourself a T-shirt. All right, sounds good. Now tonight we just filmed a quick video before because it's the start of a new PRS season. Starts in 8
Couple of
days.
weeks.
A couple of weeks.
Oh no, I've got reloading to do.
Like a week, Andy. Like a week. When this podcast goes out, it would be under a week.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
like 5 days.
Cool.
So So Andy's ready.
You're more ready than me.
and sounds like, Josh, are you ready for the first PRS match of the year?
I'm good. Let's go. Do it now. Do it this weekend. It's fun.
Are your batteries charged for your cameras?
No, yeah, that's a later problem.
Sounds
The morning of.
Sounds good. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
It's when fresh ammo is the best ammo. Right. So we filmed a video and it was about we weighed our rifles. Now, I thought we'd run through the guns we're running this year or so far because they do tend to change, or perhaps, Andy, you've got something on the way. So, Andy, let's kick off with you. Give us a rundown of the rifles you're running this year, both some centerfire and rimfire.
Yep. So this year I'm planning to run 3, obviously in different situations. So
Okay.
national PRS competition rifle, 6mm proof barrel, XLR chassis, Carles optics, and then
Do you have an action for it or not?
just ticker action. Yes.
Okay,
Yep. So it used to be the old ticker. It used to be the old TACO one I ran.
Okay.
The old brown painted, done, weird
I
looking.
remember that thing.
The old
Yes.
one.
Okay.
So still the old.
Still running that one?
Ticker action. The only ticker thing on it now is the action. That's it.
Okay.
So everything's changed. And then for local clubs, I'm planning on running my 223 just to try and save a bit on ammo and barrel life.
Yep.
And I've recently just put that in an XLR chassis to mimic the other rifle and put some weights on it. And then for my rimfire, I've got a Ruger American Target in an MDT chassis.
How do you find the Ruger American for your rimfire?
I mean, it spits bullets out.
Spits.
I thought your centerfire did that last year.
Yeah, well, yeah, true, yeah.
That more snorted bullets out occasionally in multiple directions.
Yeah, look, I think it in terms of the reliability of the action and the magazine, I've got no issues with the rotary mags. They just work all the time. I think it's just an accuracy, consistency thing. It's not going to be up there with your Voodoos and your Center X. Is it Center X? No.
Rimex. Center X is ammo.
Yeah, that's the one. So it's not up there with them, but it's still half MOA.
Okay.
So, yeah, on a good day.
How did your double stack magazines go last weekend?
Yeah.
They went.
Yeah, they went. I joined 2 mags together, and one of the stages required a magazine change where you actually put the mag down, pick it back up, and I did that flawlessly.
Touch your nose, didn't you?
No, if you didn't, I don't know, something, whatever.
If you had a double mag, you had to touch
That was
your nose.
driving home. That was the breather on the way home.
No, disqualified.
Oh, I put it back in, like clearly dropped it, picked it back up, put it back in the rifle, 2 shots, and then click. And so
You put in the wrong side.
yeah, I put the empty mag back in. So that worked out really well.
Good. All right. Plushy.
Right.
What about you, man?
What am I doing? I've made some changes this year.
Okay. Big changes.
Yeah, well, with the 22, I had a Bigara last year, but it was just in the standard Bigara stock and pretty standard. I've dropped it into a chassis this year. It's had a Swan barrel on there, so it's been rebarreled, 24-inch barrel, like a heavy varmint barrel. So it's that's why it weighs 9 kilos.
You've noticed the difference, like accuracy wise? Yeah. So
Like properly noticed? Because you said that with conviction just then.
Yeah, it'll put like. Oh, I don't want to say it because now I won't do it next week. It'll put 10 shots through the same hole at 50
Well, you won't be
meters
shooting
now.
it next week.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So would you recommend that would be worth something to do, like for a Ruger American, or would you?
No.
Okay. So,
Wow, that's a burn. That's a subtle burn.
even if the action never jams, you never have any issues with the action, because I do hear that Bagaras have extraction issues.
On occasion.
So would you not
For the
go
first 150 rounds, then that was good.
I would probably say that the Bagara, being a full-size action, like
Okay.
full-size footprint, full-size mags,
right?
is probably the minimum sized or the minimum cost, action that you'd be wanting to spend the money on a rebarrel and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
I don't think you're going to
fair
see the value out of it,
Yep.
out of a cheaper rifle like that.
Yep.
So I've done that. What have I done? I've got, I still run a 223 Ackley Improved as a trainer. That's pretty much last year it was a mirror of my comp gun. It's a little bit different this year, but that's my, practice, club gun if I need it.
Yep.
And then so I've got a complete new rifle for this year. So what have I done? I got to remember now.
that sounded like despair. What have I done?
Yeah, I think it's just
What have I done? I mean, I only screwed the barrel on it today, so it's still pretty new. Low dev this weekend.
yeah.
You'll be set.
So he's primed and ready for the match.
Yeah, so I've got to.
So you are more organised, Andy.
No, he legit is more organised. Yeah, I've got to break in a barrel and do low dev this weekend. It's going to be great. Defiance action, Swan barrel again. Night Force. I've come on board with Night Force this year. What else has it got?
In your Barra shirt. And your Vortex hat.
That guy that has sent the bag, he hasn't sent me any merch yet, so it's kind of his fault.
It'll come. It'll come.
There's a new chassis as well.
Get some Plushy some Night Force merch.
New chassis. And then I've also turned my last year's match gun, my ticker. I was running a ticker last year. When the barrel gets here, another Swan barrel, I'm going to run a 25 Creedmoor. So I was running 6 Creed last year. I'm going to up it to 25 Creed. That's going to be my backup gun for matches.
That does seem to be gaining popularity. I've had a lot of conversations around 25 Creedmoor in the US.
Yeah, it's the 25 cal projectiles, particularly the Burgle.
That's the guy. That was no secret.
Yeah,
that was the 25 bit.
Yeah, that's right. No, the 25 cal projectiles, they're in like a sweet spot. Like if you were a lot of guys, they shoot 30 cal, you drop back to 7 mil, and it's ballistically a lot better, and all that sort of stuff. And the 25 kind of does that from the 6.5, and it's sort of a happy medium where you get a bit more. Well, the 135 grain projectiles are as good as a 156 grain in the 6.5.
Okay,
with a bit less recoil and that sort of stuff. So I think it's a happy spot.
Find out.
We will. So it's my backup gun for the year, and I'll take it if I'm driving, and if I'm flying, I won't. So let's hope nothing goes wrong when I'm flying.
Got it. Okay.
We'll see how we go, or maybe even a long range type match, like a Tassie or something like that.
Yep. 25.
There we go. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. I have not made any changes at all to my setup. So
why would you? It's beautiful.
I can't change anything. It's a impact action with a KG chassis in 6 GT. You're running 6 GT, aren't you?
I am.
Did you say that? Did I miss that?
No, I did not say, but I'm running. Yeah, my main gun will be 6 GT this year.
There we go. Hey, Gay Tiger Brothers.
Again, I'm in the middle. It's like, what's going on here?
Where's your man bun?
We're not even charging for this, Andy. And Barras XDR Pro on it, and then the rimfire is the Bagara in the KRG. Also, I think that's all the details. Josh, you shoot that Bagara more than I do.
I do.
You've got a gun coming that you're going to be running this year.
I apparently do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is, or you're in the dark about it?
I believe it's the same as the side comp gun last year.
Yeah, it's the Ticket
yeah.
T1X in a KRG.
Isn't
it a KRG? Yes,
Yep.
it is in a KRG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
So Josh will be running that this year for some rimfire stuff.
Very good.
Also bring it around to every PRS match for the side match as well. So that would be good. And is that a XTR3 on that, or is that a Pro, or do you know?
Yeah. I haven't worked that bit out yet. I'm not sure.
It was a 2 last season, I reckon.
No, it was a 3.
No, it was a 3 last season.
All right, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
2 doesn't have the Christmas tree reticle. And it had one of those.
It would be nice if it was a Pro, though.
It
Just
would be.
It'd be nice if you could win a Pro
Putting
as
it
well.
out there. All right. Is there any other optics companies we want to target?
All right, so what can you do about that?
Oh, good. Very good. Now, we measured our guns. So we weighed them, I guess we should
did not
say.
measure, yeah.
Measured the weight of them.
Okay.
Yeah. My rimfire came in at 6.5 kilos. Andy? Yours?
Yes. Can't remember what my
6.
rimfire was.
6?
Oh, sure. Yep.
It was 6.
Cool.
Plushy's was 9.
Go on to Weight Watchers.
I'll tell you what, you're not getting any recoil up from that, are you?
Are you getting any recoil from yours?
Yes.
No, it's the muzzle brake that does it.
So I wanted to, people look at PRS, look at the size guns, and I think you do it long enough, you're a bit immune to what you don't even sort of think about, guns. Like I haven't weighed my guns for 5 years until put them on tonight and went, oh yeah, that's what they weigh. All right. But that is something that guys who are not in the sport see it and they go, why is that gun so heavy? Like you guys meant to be running around and shooting stuff. What's the go with that? Andy, why do we run a heavier gun? Because the centerfires were heavy, but we'll get into that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is interesting when I'm at the range and sometimes you're with a new shooter and they have a lightweight rifle and they're shooting it. And then, while you're there, you're like, hey, have a shot of this rifle. And then like, oh, wow, it's really heavy. Why is it so heavy? You're like, well, just have a couple of shots. And then they come off and they go, oh, that's so nice. I could shoot that all day.
Well, that's probably really relevant to the centerfire, isn't it? So
Yeah.
so we'll go with the centerfire weights. Mine was 8. No, yours mine were 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was 8.
Yes, as was mine,
Yep.
7.9 or something. Plushy, yours was
9, but it's got to get heavier yet.
yeah. Okay, all right. So we're running some starting to get some weighty rifles, and a lot of that's to do with recoil. Plus, you brought up a point before about seeing your shots.
Yeah. So for the centerfire, for me, I mean, heavy rifles cover bad fundamentals. Right? No, I didn't say that.
I did. Heavy rifles cover bad fundamentals, and a really light trigger also does the same. Can do the same.
Ooh,
do the
that's
same.
one change I have made this year. I was running I'm still running Timneys, but the factory 8 was like 1.5 pounds or something like that on a 2-stage. And I've gone now, but down to like, I don't know, 12 ounces or something like that. So I'm going to have to spend some trigger time, so there's no NDs.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
So I've gone the light trigger. I'm going to give it a run and see how I go, or maybe I'll put some weight on it. But anyway, for me, it's you put it down, you set your bag, you put your rifle down, and you can kind of walk away and make a cup of coffee and come back, and it'll still be exactly where you left it. It aims well, it rides the bag well. The weight, it settles into the bag. So you aim it, you just steady it. You don't have to keep aiming it, if you sort of know what I mean. It's really good on a podcast, not driving it.
You'll get there, mate. I believe in you.
That's right. Oh, that's nice. You're the first person.
Yep. That's right. In your 48 years.
Oh,
Just yeah.
yeah. So it's
For all the
nice.
support.
It's nice to drive light. You point it stays there. It rides the bag well, and it does with centerfire. It manages recoil. So for me, it's about getting longer on glass before you lose a sight picture or it flicks a little bit, and I can tell where on the plate I'm hitting rather than whether I hit or whether I miss. So I can make a small adjustment and maybe the next shot keep it on the plate, not drop off the edge or something like that.
Absolutely.
And then for me, I've made the reason my rimfire is heavy, I've made a conscious choice that rimfire for me is centerfire training. It's not, I'm out there to try and win matches, but I'm not out there trying to run the optimum gun weight or the optimum rifle weight to win a rimfire match. It's about simulating centerfire match so the rifle handles the same, all that sort of stuff. So it's just practice for centerfire. That's what it is for me.
Yep.
Very good. Are there downsides to running heavy guns?
Sling stages.
Unsupported. Yeah.
Unsupported stages. And barricades like tank traps.
Yep.
There's one particular tank trap at the club that doesn't like heavy rifles, and it seems to make its way out every match. And you have to
starts to tip on you.
Yeah, you put your gun on it, and then it starts to fall. Instead of holding your rifle down so it doesn't move, you've actually got to hold the barricade up so it doesn't move. But it's one stage. I think put it this way: if I thought a lighter rifle was going to get me more points, I'll be running a lighter rifle.
Okay.
Yep.
Because we did see a trend, probably 2018. Guns were heavier, and there was more of like just dump it there and settle it, and it would settle itself because they were pushing 10, 12 kilos sort of stuff, and has then seen a more push towards a balance rifle.
I think you'll find a lot of the rifles up around 19 kilos now.
Yeah, 9 or 10, but not sort of 12, 13.
Yeah, that's right.
But there has been certainly a conscious discussion point of balance more than just lobbing it with weight.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Where's that of benefit?
I'd say barricades, you got like a round sort of, you put your bag on there and it's not a flat surface, it's a round surface and it can just roll off. So like that, you put it down and it's still at its natural balance point. It still wants to stay on top.
And is there an ideal point for your balance on your rifle?
Yeah, when I put my bag down.
I said Andy, but that's all right.
Sorry,
Plushy,
buddy,
go
I'll
for
stop
it.
talking. You go, Andy.
Are you talking to me?
I was.
You were looking at me.
I was trying to include you in the.
I'm just admiring the new co-host.
That's just.
That's all right.
No, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk anymore. Turn my mic off, Josh.
It was never on. It was never on.
Just storm out.
Oh, angry! We might get angry. Plushy episode 1.
It'll take more than that.
We thought your microphone's off.
He said turn it off.
What was that?
Plushy, what do you think of balance? Is there an ideal balance point of Andy's level of involvement in the podcast? Because it seems to be waning.
When I put my bag down on the barricade and my rifle, the barricade stops up against the back edge of the bag. That's where I want it to balance. So, 100 mil in front of the barricade stop or thereabouts.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want that balance to point with a bag to be affecting your magazine either. So if you have to push it too far forwards where your bag's pushing on your magazine, you have feeding issues. Yeah, that's no good. So
I think I had that with my rimfire. I think there's not quite enough weight forward that you have to sort of push the gun a bit further forward. And the ideal balance point is immediately in front of the magwell. But then you try and put a bag there. Josh, you've shot this gun a bit more.
I can confirm.
Yeah.
I had something over the last weekend and just you push it that little bit too much. And immediately the next shot you're like, oh no, there it is. There's my hang fire. Didn't feed.
I think the Rugers are pretty well known for that as well, not with the drum magazines like yours, but the big banana magazines. If you push against them with on your bag, they will not feed.
Yep.
Stops dead.
Yep.
Absolutely. So balance is an important side of things. And for those who are perhaps not familiar with how you can change that, because a lot of people buy a gun and it's got a chassis or a stock and a barreled action.
Is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. How do you manipulate that, Andy?
Yeah,
Andy.
So I guess for us, if we're getting new barrels, we would opt for a heavier or longer barrel.
But what if you can't? What if you just bought a gun?
Yeah. Then
Rebarrel it.
you just rebarrel. So you can buy aftermarket weights that will attach to your chassis. You can buy if you don't have an integrated Arca rail, you can buy Arca rails with weights built in. What else? I guess you can add a big muzzle brake on the end. It's got some sort of tuning mechanism, so it's got some extra weight hanging out the front. Or you buy a bipod with really long legs and you extend them right out.
If you've got a stock, you can put lead weights in there in epoxy or something like that. Get some weight in there. Get some weight in there that way.
Timber stock, yep.
Or a fiberglass or one of those. Fiber.
And are we chasing like a certain weight, or are we chasing balance or a mixture?
I'd say I'd prefer balance first. But once I find that balance point, if it's not heavy enough, then I'll weight it up to make it around that 8 kilo for myself. Yeah.
I think it depends on the operator, I guess, or the the user. I'm happy running, a 10, 11 kilo rifle with a big heavy sandbag, and I pick them all up in one together as one unit, and I pick it up and put it over there. And other people go to pick it up and they're like, oh, geez, that's heavy.
He's flexing again. It's like 11 kilo.
He hasn't stopped.
Yeah. But there's some people can't do that. They literally they need a lighter rifle to manage it. Yeah, like Josh, how much does your rifle weigh?
What rifle? Yeah. I don't have a rifle. So my Nerf gun's about 1 kilo.
It's also got to be manageable.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's I think people see, there's a lot of movement in our sport. And so sort of think, look, years ago when this was all kicking off here, we were cutting barrels down. I was running like a 18-inch 300 Win Mag because we thought that the weight of the gun, like trying to get like a heavier barrel would be good, but shorter, a bit more rigid. And then overall you could sort of duck and weave a little bit more. And very quickly the trend, I remember the first PRI, it was dominated by 30 cals with a good mix of 308s and 300 Win Mags. And then the year after, the 6.5 started coming through, mostly with 260s back then. 6.5 Creedmoor was not really known. But the 260 was popular, and we saw it like 40% of the field shifted from 30 cals away. Yeah.
But you also I think the second year, might have done the first year, you had like a probably 300 meter gully run, like down the side of a hill.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just moved from one barricade 6 steps to
there
the
was
other.
There
was like legitimate running. So a lighter rifle would have been useful as well.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, it was. But we had guys doing that with full AI rigs and everything, and then all the way down to little hunting guns. Yep. So it was quite diverse.
Yeah. Plushy, do you feel like having the heavy rifle sometimes on a really fast stage? I remember one. I think it was a stage with multiple portholes, and you had to one shot off each porthole. You feel like having a real heavy rifle sort of slowed you down?
Well, yes and no. So it takes a little bit longer to move into position, but it settles quicker.
Okay.
It doesn't wobble so much.
Yep.
So when you're on target, I think you're on target a bit quicker.
Okay. Yep.
Potentially yes, but I don't think it's as much as maybe
you don't really notice it. Yeah. Yep.
I don't generally get off my shots most stages, most matches.
Yep.
There's not too many I don't finish.
And most of your shots, do you find because it's really heavy, it reduces that recoil, so you're able to sort of free recoil it more, or do you still load into it?
I have different techniques for different positions.
Yep.
So absolutely.
Flexing. All right, cool. Like it.
If I'm, let's say you're in like a knee height sort of low position or something like that, you're bent over and your body's all sort of contorted. You start shaking or something like that, or you've been moving a lot for the stage and you're starting to breathe heavy. I'm not exactly an athlete. Then I can just drive the rifle with my left hand and then almost get off, not quite free recoil, but very close to free recoil, and get my right shoulder off. And literally my right hand just pulls the trigger. So you're not imparting that wobble from your body.
Yep.
But that's not, I was saying, that covers your bad fundamentals, right? Like I'm sacrificing my fundamentals to try and not make a wobble and get the impact or something like that. So
for sure.
That sort of stuff.
I find not shooting also covers your poor fundamentals, but that's that's what that's my strategy this year to implement. Right. Well, gentlemen, wanted to ask, to throw something to you. We talked about a challenge, and so I'm going to present a challenge to you for our first episode. The Monado, the Manil Monado meltdown is coming up in like an hour and a half, Andy. And so
he's got a barrel to break in.
He's got a barrel to break in and make load development and that sort of gear. And you've got lunch to make or something. And so, well, I mean, the most natural thing, Josh, would be a head-to-head between these two gentlemen, wouldn't it?
Oh, of course. There has
that sounds
to be.
dodgy with what we were talking about before.
Well.
Sorry? What were we talking about before?
That TikTok that Andy showed me.
So we'll move on from the TikTok you boys are watching, because that was I even question if that was TikTok. A head-to-head competition. Whoever finishes higher, that will take the cherries and
Cherries.
So the loser has to sit in the middle, right?
no, whoever gets here last is in the middle. But we will work something out for next year. Next week.
Next
No,
year.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Next show. Next episode. Next episode. That would be good. All right. A couple of things have to remind. Sorry, Andy. Go for it. I'm not here to interrupt you.
No. I'll say cool.
Great. Glad you got that out. Excellent. Do you want to do a shout out to our sponsor?
Yeah, the Bearded Chap, making all of your body needs, bearded needs, and deodorants. What is it? beardedchap.com/impact.
.com usually, and then /impact.
Is after the .com.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Or
That is not
use the
confusing at
code
all.
at the checkout.
Impact.
Code IMPACT.
That's the
Right.
one.
That's it. And we
You've
got
got
2 T-shirts to give away. Andy, do you remember how to win one of the shirts?
I think you want a photo with either one of us,
Yep.
mid-stage or any time during Monado Meltdown.
Right after a donut.
Right after a donut. And taking Impact Dynamics. And the other way, Plushy,
That was to get a photo with Elmo, wasn't it?
with something that reminds you of Plushy, your impression of Plushy, something with red on the top or something appropriate would be great. I mean, remember, he's an athlete. And so
I've already been sent a great photo of Papa Plushy.
well, let's save it. Let's save it and share them out. We got 2 T-shirts
my
here.
favourite
And
colour.
hey, look, if there are some really good runners up, we will send some stuff out as well. So that is it. Plushy, thank you for joining us for our first episode back of whatever year we're in, 2023.
Well, thanks for having me.
That's it. Andy,
It's been a time.
it has existed. All right, Josh, thanks, man, for pressing buttons, and we'll see you guys at the Manil Monado Meltdown and on the next episode. Woo!